I rewrite the number 16 so it's a power of 4? Well, listen to my question. I just want to rewrite the number 16. Ignore this. I just want to rewrite the number 16 as a power of 4. 4 to the second power. So I really have 4 to the g power equals 4 squared. That represents 16 to the... Can I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, right? But what does this actually become?
4 to the 6th power.
How did you do that?
Because 2 times 3 is 6.
Right. So 4 to the g is the same thing as 4 to the 6th. That means that g equals
6.
Think about how we did that, right? Okay. I think that's pretty cool. This is Algebra 2 stuff, just so you guys know. We do this a lot in Algebra 2. We're just getting a jump start. Okay? Oh my gosh. What about this one? This says 25 to the x minus 1 power equals 5. So they need to have the same base. This one has a base of 5, this one has a base of 25.
Can't we do turn 25 into 5 squared?
We can turn 25 into 5 squared. So I have 5 squared to the
X
minus 1 power equals 5. What power is this 5 to?
1.
5 to the 1 power. Okay. How can I rewrite this, distributing that power?
5 to the 2x minus 2.
Good job. 5 to the 2x minus 2. I'm just distributing. I have to multiply through, right? Equals 5 to the 1, right? Because 5 is 5 to the 1 power. So now, can I just drop off my bases? Get rid of the bases, and what equation do I have?
2x minus 1 equals 1.
2x minus
2 equals 1.
2x minus 2 equals 1. That means that 2x, God bless you, equals 3. That means that x equals
1.5.
3 halves. We're going to leave it as that, 3 halves. I want to check this because I think that that's sheer craziness. I want to check that x equals 3 halves. So let's see. This is the same thing as saying 25 to the 3 halves minus 1 half, minus 1, or the 2 halves. So what does this become? 25 to the what?
1 half.
1 half.
25 to the 1 half power. And 25 to the 1 half power is the same thing as saying the square root of 25. And is the square root of 25 5?
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. Okay, what about number 5? You tell me how to do it. Jackson, what do you want to do? All you. Got to have the same base.
Change 144 to 12 is into the third power. Second. Yeah.
12 squared. So I'm going to leave this the way it is. 12 to the 2x plus 3 power equals, and I'm going to rewrite this as a power of 12, and that's 12 squared. Okay, now what?
You can just drop the bases.
Drop the bases. What am I left with?
2x plus 3 equals 2.
Subtract 3 from both sides. 2x equals -1. So what does x equal?
Negative
1. Let's try that. Can we check it?
Yeah.
Let's do the check. So I have 12 to the 2 times the -1 half is -1 plus 3, which is the same thing as 12 squared, which equals
144.
What do you guys think?
Cool.
Good? Okay, Vedika, you want to do the last one? It's tricky.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess you could rewrite 128 for a base of 4.
A base of 4? Okay. I don't know what 4 to what power equals 128. So I could start dividing 128 by 4, right?
Yeah.
So 128 divided by 4 equals what? 32. And 32 divided by 4 equals what?
8.
8. And 8 divided by 4 equals?
2.
Remember when we did that the last time? I'm going to go back to that so you can see that. When we did that the last time, we ended up with a 7, the number we were dividing by, right? But here, we don't end up with a 7. We end up with a 2. So that tells me that this is a base of 2, which means that both of these have to be written as a base of
2.
2. Tricky. That's a tricky one. So, Vedika, can you rewrite both of those as a base of 2? 4 is the same thing as what?
2 squared.
Okay, so I'm going to replace the 4 with a 2 squared, and then I'm going to put it in a parenthesis and raise that to the x minus 3 power. Let's see, I know 2 to the 5th power is 32. 2 to the 6th power is 64. 2 to the 7th power is 128. Okay, now what? What do you got? Yes, go ahead.
Drop the bases. Oh, wait.
I want to distribute first. Distribute your power first, then drop your bases.
Okay, so it'd be 2 to the 2x power minus 6.
Yeah. 2 to the 2x minus 6 power equals 2 to the 7th. Now we can drop our bases. 2x minus 6 equals 7.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Add 6 to both sides, and I have 2x equals,
13.
that means x equals
6.5.
13 halves. Okay? Let's check that one really fast. What's 13 halves? So 4 to the 13 halves minus, I'm going to rewrite 3 as 6 halves. Is that okay?
Yeah.
13 minus 6 is?
4 halves. Oh, 7.
7 halves. What is 4 to the 7 halves power? Put that in your calculator. 4 to the 7 halves power. That's going to be 4 caret parentheses 7 divided by 2. 128. Right? Okay, what do you guys think?
Good.
So those look really ugly, but actually they're pretty easy. Okay? This is going to actually lend itself to logarithms in Algebra 2. We hopefully will have time this year, towards the end of the year, to do some of that. We'll talk about getting max out of the tree and all that crazy stuff. This is your homework. It is actually at the bottom of your notes. You got it all?